Hey, Clean. Are you wondering what the 5 steps are in the sales process? Are you someone who is trying to master sales so that you can create predictable revenue growth for your business? And you're wondering, what are all the steps that I should be following? What are best practices? And how do I make sure that I master these steps so that I can create predictable revenue growth for my business?
Well, impress me with what you have to tell me.
If that's you, you're in the right place. Jump in, stick with me, and over the next few minutes, we will cover those 5 steps and how you can leverage them to land more clients for your business. First and foremost, here's why I love systems. Systems create predictability. If you're throwing spaghetti at a wall, and if you're doing all different types of things, the challenge is, even if you're successful when you're trying many different tactics, without a system, you can't really reverse engineer what specifically went well in this process. But when you're following a system then creates predictable results. Keep in mind, I didn't say successful results every time, because just because you follow a system doesn't mean you're always going to get your desired result. However, the bonus is when you're following a set of systems or steps, even if you don't like the result, you can go back and say, oh, I followed these 5 steps. Let me tweak this one part of the process, or let me tweak this one step and see if that improves my result. So it gives you a controlled environment to improve your skills and thus improve your results. So when I'm working with clients on the sales process, there are 5 steps that we're looking to master. Those 5 steps are the attraction phase, the discovery phase, the proposal phase, the close, and the handoff. A best practice for any business is, if you find that you're doing a task multiple times in the business, you want to create a system around it. And too often when I work with leaders or professionals, they have systems for everything. They have systems for how they serve their clients. They have a system for their emails. They have systems for how they onboard employees.
You can have it all.
Exactly.
But when I ask them, well, what's your step for how you land clients? What's your system for client acquisition? Too often they're like, oh, I don't really have a written process. I just follow this thing, or I just try this thing over here. And I think that's a critical mistake, right? Sales is the lifeblood of your business. No sales, no clients. And so you don't want to leave the most important part of your business, your sales, to chance. You want to have a system. So let's talk about these steps. Number 1 is the attraction phase. So when we talk about the attraction phase or the attraction step, that's all about how you're generating qualified leads for your business. It's all about how you're positioning yourself in the marketplace so that you appeal and compel your ideal buyer.
Who's ready for Essence Fest?
When I think of the attraction phase, I think of the idea of inbound strategies versus outbound strategies. Inbound is all about, what are those strategies that we implement to make sure that we pull in our ideal buyer towards us? Content is a big inbound strategy. So if you're looking at speaking, or if you're looking at publishing blogs or publishing content on platforms like LinkedIn, those are all inbound strategies. That's where you're putting your thought leadership out into the marketplace. And if your ideal buyer engages with that content and it resonates with them, that's a way of just like pulling them in towards you, right? It's like charismatically attracting them towards you.
Not interested in you.
Now, on the other hand, are outbound attraction methods. And outbound attraction methods are where you're going out, you're building potentially a list of ideal buyers, you're jumping in the driver's seat, and you're actively going out and engaging those potential buyers. So examples of outbound strategies would be if someone's cold calling, that's an outbound strategy. Or if you build a list of your ideal buyer and you reach out to them on LinkedIn. So one of the things that a lot of my clients do is that they connect with their ideal buyer on LinkedIn, and they might invite them to a webinar or a lunch and learn, or they might offer them insights or white papers. Those are outbound strategies. I have shortlisted 10 buyers I want to engage with, and I'm jumping into the driver's seat, reaching out to them, looking to offer them content that adds value and creates a quick win for them. That's an outbound strategy. So when you're looking at your attraction methods, in order to be effective in attraction, you want to think about, who is my ideal buyer? What is their status quo? What are the problems or topics that are top of mind for them? How do I create a quick win for them? And then when I introduce myself to my buyer, albeit through my content or through direct outreach, I want to position myself as a consultative advisor who's creating an immediate quick win for my buyer, right? So that's your attraction strategy. Next is the discovery phase. So the goal of attraction, because you always want to be driving the buyer to the next step. When you engage with buyers in the attraction phase, your goal is to get them to jump on a discovery call with you. No conversations, no clients. When we're talking about landing clients, it's all about, how do I engage that buyer in a conversation so that we can identify if we're a good fit for each other and if we want to move to the next step in the process. So in your attraction phase, your call to action is to get into conversation. And then the discovery phase is all about that conversation. I think discovery is kind of like dating, right? So the key about the discovery phase is you're not attached to an outcome, and you're really just coming to this call in full surrender. You're trying to really understand, what are the needs? What are the ailments of your potential buyer? What are the symptoms? And it's like a doctor, you're trying to diagnose, right? You're trying to understand what is, so that you can diagnose what they need and identify if you're the physician or if you're the expert that is uniquely qualified to get them to their cure, to their desired transformation.
I've changed your life for the better.
So discovery, when you are navigating the discovery process, the way you surrender and show up really as an expert is to ask open-ended questions. So you want to think about, what are the questions that I can ask that will get my ideal buyer to open up and share what's happening in their world and what the transformation is that they're hoping to achieve. And oftentimes, let me say this, when we talk about discovery, too often people think discovery is just this one and done conversation. The women that I serve in the big money movement, these are women where we're helping them land 5- and 6-figure corporate deals. And oftentimes for their larger deals, they're doing discovery over and over and over again. So they might have one discovery conversation with one stakeholder, and they might have to have another discovery conversation with another stakeholder. So it's not uncommon for the discovery phase to include multiple conversations. You know that you're still in discovery if you're not 100% clear on what to present to the buyer and what they'll say yes to. Your call to action during the discovery phase is to invite your buyer to the proposal phase, the presentation phase. And this is the phase where you're like, look, I understand the status quo. I understand who's involved in this process. I understand who's going to be impacted by this change. I understand what they're looking for, and I believe that I'm uniquely qualified to help them get to their outcome. So then in the proposal phase, what you're doing is you're clarifying your understanding of their problem. You're getting their agreement and buy-in to what they're saying the outcome is. You're presenting your path for how you best believe that you can help them get to that outcome. And then you're inviting them to partner with you, and you're sharing what the investment would look like and the terms and conditions of partnership. And that's really the proposal phase. Sometimes during the proposal phase, you might get objections, but it's really about identifying those objections as an opportunity to tailor your solution or identify if it's just not going to be a good fit. All right, you still with me? So we have attraction, we have discovery, and now we're in the proposal phase. 2 phases left. After we have gone through the proposal phase, if a buyer says, yes, I want to move forward, I want to make sure that we identify that the close is an essential part of the sales process. Many times, again, mapping out my map of the world is working with clients who are looking to land corporate clients. And so it's not all done when the decision maker says, yes, I want to move forward. Oftentimes their procurement departments or legal would get involved. And it's not uncommon in the close, for there to be back and forth on the terms and conditions. So during the close phase, you want to make sure as a service provider that you're presenting a service level agreement, which some people call an MSA, a master service agreement, as well as the statement of work. These 2 documents together make up the contract or the agreement. And so your service level agreement is basically the terms and conditions of what it looks like to work with you as an organization. And the statement of work are the actual deliverables that you're going to work on or that you're agreeing to for this potential engagement. So you want to present those to the buyer. Oftentimes when you're working with larger organizations, legal might review that or they might redline those agreements. So you just want to have space to know that this part of the process can take a little bit of back and forth. But the best part is when you get that John Hancock on that service level agreement, that statement of work, and when the client drops that initial deposit, whatever that is, whether that's the first month of working with you, 50% of the agreement, whatever that looks like, you know that they are bought in when you have that signed agreement and that initial drop in your bank account. And the fifth part of the sales process is the handoff or service delivery phase. Too often people think that it's all done when they get the first deposit and when they get the signed agreement. But the name of the game is retention. It's not just about burning bridges, getting clients, and doing poor quality work. It's all about, once I've done all of this work to acquire a client, how do I make sure that I'm delivering a superior experience so this client continues to work with me for years and years and years, right? And how do I maybe expand my work with that client? So the handoff is all about making sure that you deliver on what you promised. Some best practices during the handoff phase is to have a kickoff call. So after that agreement is closed, have a meeting with the stakeholders, just affirming expectations, getting them excited about your work together, and mapping out the expectations for the term of your agreement. Those are the 5 key steps in the sales process. I hope you found this tremendously valuable. I want to hear from you. Do you have a process that you follow for each of these components of the sales process? Were any of these new to you? Sound off in the comments, I want to hear. Speaking of the attraction phase, if you realize that I'm not having enough discovery calls because I don't know how to attract the right prospects, click this link to find out how to do B2B marketing on LinkedIn. I am LizJSimpson, founder of the Big Money Movement, where we are all about helping you make big money moves. If you're looking for more strategies to land 5 or 6-figure corporate clients, you can sign up for our advanced masterclass at thebigmoneymovement.com. Or if you're looking for language for how you engage those prospects in the attraction phase, go to corporateclientscripts.com where you can download 3 of our proven steps. This is LizJSimpson signing off. Bye. Yo, here's that video, B2B marketing on LinkedIn. Click it now. I'll see you there.